is that the spiritual realm will wow you every time you enter there. It's a world of possibilities. Now, that word impossible does not exist there. It doesn't exist there. There is nothing impossible. Any creature you imagine is there. As a matter of fact, there is nothing you imagine that is outside the scope of what has been created. Everything your brain thinks exists. It may not exist in your time zone. It may not exist in your ecosystem. It may not exist in your world. There are worlds that have their own sun. There are worlds that have more than one moon. One of the greatest cry you have is that you met your teachers late. When you meet your teachers late, the keys that opens doors is handed to you late. And you'll be among the people that will say, oh, God blesses in old age. And that's not true. That is a revelation born of the deficiency of teachers at the right time. That's why when a student starts going to school when they're already old, it's difficult for them to assimilate. Because when you are younger, your brain has more ability to catch certain things. Whatever you think exists, no matter how crazy it sounds. One day you stand face to face with the being that you saw. And there's a database in the spirit, there's a motherboard that links every creation. Every creation, there's a motherboard. And our minds are interrelated, interconnected. That's the reason why you can literally communicate with a being by way of the mind. Because there is a spiritual motherboard. Everything God created is linked to that system. So you can think, there's a law in the spirit called the law of attraction. People take it demonic, but it's a godly law. It can work in any of the kingdoms. Amen. What you think about, you attract. It's very powerful. You can think a thing until it crystallizes. The word meditate means to ponder and ponder and ponder until it appears. So you can create by meditation. Your mind is that powerful. It can drag things. It can pull things from the spirit into the physical realm. And that's why I can boldly say your result is a reflection of your mindset, not your mind. Not your thoughts, only your mindset. Your mindset is a system, it's an organized structure of codes, rules, instructions sent to your body. So it's an organized system because your mindset is established. So no matter what they say to you, say I'm big, I'm big. Say I'm rich, I'm rich. But as you go back, you're like, nothing for the poor. Because there's an established system that waters down even revelation. There are people who don't know that the mind also acts as a womb. There are women that cannot carry a child. The child gets in, comes out because their womb is not strong. I don't know, there's a mystery behind that, right? There are wombs that cannot carry a child. So the mind is a womb. It conceives. Do you get that? When you have a thought, what do you think? A thought is a pregnancy of the mind. When you think, you have conceived in your mind. He said he conceived an idea. It's a pregnancy. You get pregnant with thoughts in your mind. Your mind acts as a womb. But there are people, their minds are not strong enough to harbor certain thoughts. Once it enters their head, their mindset says, oh, virus detected, too big for me, flush out. Because their mindset says that you are a poor man. Because they grew up in a poor family, poor parents, poor teachers, poor friends. So it has established a system in their mind that no matter what comes in as an idea, their mindset becomes a system that flushes away anything that stands against the mindset. So even God cannot help you to renew your mind. He said, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by doing what? Renew your mind, not your church. You may be in the same church, but if you change your mind. So you see somebody, we say, stand up, ma. God shall give you 5 million only. Amen. Amen. In the depth of your mind. Amen. Oh, amen. Amen. Oogie monkey banana. That's a pregnancy. You just flush it out. A thought becomes stranded, and then it begins to look for the next available mind that has the conception ability to host it. So that's why every now and then God sends you to a pastor who can repair the womb of your mind to be able to conceive big things. Abraham, as far as you can see, I will give you. Oh my God, how far can you see? Not what your physical eyes can see. How far can your mind go? A man thought on earth and thought beyond the earth. Abraham transcended mortality, entered immortal dimensions. Abraham became one of the custodians of a city in heaven. The only man that is called father, even in heaven. Think about it. God the Father is somewhere. They call somebody Father Abraham. And Jesus spoke the parable. So Abraham is a father in the realm. So you can be so. Do you know why? Because the highest level of intimacy is friendship. And Abraham attained that. There are few men that Jesus or God called my friend. The day God calls you friend, man, you've hit a jackpot. After the prayer, God told me, I'm proud of you. Those are words that God hardly says. One day I prayed for somebody under I stretched myself to pray for that person, and God told me, thank you. These are things you hardly hear. I made a post, someone said, God told you thank you? I said, yes, that's how we relate. He tells me thank you. And I tell him, God bless you. Then I laugh. Like, God bless you, God. I'm like, what do I tell you again? God bless God. And we laugh about it. There is that possibility that you can attain that level of intimacy with God effortlessly. So, there are many heavens.